Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope the light isn't too bright. I tried to add a little light to my room this morning, but let me know that y'all can hear me because I don't know if my microphone is working. Hey, Shonda, crazy behind. Okay, cool. Awesome. If I move my head, you'll see the shining part. So I have to kind of like keep my head still today. Shonda, it's been a long time since we've seen a YouTube video. It would be nice to see something else. Just saying. Just thought I'd put that out there. Oh, hi, Esther. I'm still learning how to use this mic, y'all. Don't judge me. I'm not good at it. Yes, I'm calling you out because I miss watching your YouTube channel videos. So, Life with Shonda, where's the life? Okay, awesome. All right. So, collectively, good morning, beautiful people. It's your girl, Bev, on Saturday, December the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Um, exactly, Sister Niqua. See, subscribers. Um, it's a wonderful day here in Durham, North Carolina. I'm happy to be alive, blessed to be alive, not worthy of the mercy that God has given me, but I truly thank Him for allowing my eyes to open this morning. I didn't really sleep well last night, transparently speaking, but I do thank God for just being able to wake up still yet again to see another day. Hopefully tonight will be a lot better. I hate when I wake up at like 3 in the morning and I can't go back to sleep till like 4 hours later, 3 hours later. Good thing I have to work this morning because I would have been so upset with myself. And you try to calm yourself down, you try to think about everything you can to put yourself back to sleep, and nothing worked. I'm gonna be honest, nothing worked. I finally somehow some way got myself to the point where I could actually close my eyes and try to go to sleep. um but I am grateful for the little bit of sleep that I did get. I think I went to sleep roughly towards 11. So I'm thankful for that. Last week we were talking about burnout, and we were talking about feeling burned out and things of that sort, and how we feel overwhelmed, and how we can't pour from an empty cup. Greatest us in Ikea, yay! And how we can't pour from an empty cup, and how we can't try to be there for everybody else and still not be there for ourselves, and how sometimes we have to say no to things that people would normally want us to say yes to, or that they're used to us saying yes to. And somehow, some way, we have to end up doing things more for ourselves sometimes. And that means that we can't do that thing for that person right then. It doesn't mean we can't be there. It just means we can't be there in that moment. And sometimes that hurts you because you want to be there for people. But other times you just have to take it as a loss, and they have to take it as a loss. And they have to understand that if you could be there, you would. And I think if people think that way, then it's less people hurting and more people healing. And you're not putting too many expectations on someone else to be there for you. And I think that really makes a difference in the lives of others. Today, I wanted to talk about the topic respect, as Aretha Franklin would say, R.E.S.P.E.C.T. I'm not going to sing it, so I'll say it instead. But I think respect is a major factor that this world is missing today. If you think about how respect has really truly changed over the years, people don't respect your privacy anymore. People don't respect your being anymore. You tell someone no and they want to continue to do whatever it is they want to do, and and feel like you should just embrace that because that's what they want to do. And I think even our young people in this world today, they need to learn about what respect is. And respect is not something that you just give away. It is something that is earned. There's two sides of respect. You have to earn someone respect, and then they have to earn yours. And it's also easy to lose respect for other people, depending upon what it is. If you've told someone not to do something, if you told someone this is something that doesn't make me happy, and yet they see that they're going to do it anyway, then that lets you know they don't respect you as a person. They don't respect you as an individual, and they could care less how you feel. It's all about how they feel. So today I just want to shed light upon the title respect, the word, the definition, and I want you all to chime in as much as you see fit. I really didn't have anything planned today. It's just a topic dropped in my mind on Thursday. And I was just saying to myself, like, okay, let's do respect. Because, I think about certain topics prior to, but then I wait because, I never know when it's going to be the right time. And I try to be strategic about what topics I choose and try to go in, a certain order so that it all makes sense. It's kind of just the way I do things. To say I'm not a planner, I still think strategically. And I try to do certain things in a way where it's beneficial in order. So respect to me is acknowledging someone's differences and their boundaries, and not going beyond that because you recognize that it's something that they have for themselves, and you don't want to overstep that. So you respect what it is they have going on, whether it's their privacy, whether it's their beliefs, even when they are different from yours. You still respect the fact that that person does this thing and that they do that thing, and you don't try to change their beliefs simply because you don't understand it, or it's not yours. you know um I promise you today is the right time to talk about respect. Tell me why. Tell me why you feel like today is the right time to talk about respect. Tell me why, Esther. I would love to hear it, honestly. This is not a one woman show. This is everybody's opportunity. And I know I said I was going to interview someone today, but that's another thing. I did change my mind. But next week, God willing, I have a very good surprise for you all. And I have some people that I'm going to bring on my show next week. If you do want to be on my show, please feel free to inbox me or text me if you have my number so that I can know to put you on the list. And If you have any ideas or anything you want to talk about, it has to be inspirational or motivational, or just something you want to shed light upon, but have a positive outlook on it. Nothing that, not that I think anybody would bring anything negative to the table, but, but greetings, Brother Trenton. But at the same time, I think it has to be something that can have a good impact on people. I don't want people just to be on the show just because they want to be seen. I don't want people on the show because they want their few seconds of fame. I'm not famous, so don't even look for that. But if you have a topic, or if you want to be interviewed about anything, we can discuss some things, and I can interview. I do want to interview some people though, and I do want to get their perspective on maybe their outlook on life. Maybe if you have a story you would like to share, and we can talk about that as well. But yeah, Esther, fill me in on why today is the right time to talk about respect, because it's something that really, to me, has almost gone out of the earth. Honestly, like, I know it's not completely gone, but it's, to me, it's like respect is so far gone. It's like the kids don't respect themselves. They don't respect other people. Think about how many people are murdered, how many people are robbed, how many people are taken advantage of on a daily basis. They don't even respect the lives, the even the breath in the body of the next human being to them, because they're so willing to take people's lives in less than a millisecond. Somebody do them wrong, they ready to come back and shoot up the place. They get fired, they come back, they want to kill people. It's just crazy. Yes, ma'am. I definitely am gonna zone in on self-respect. Absolutely. Because that is truly how you earn respect, by the way you carry yourself. If you don't carry yourself in a respectful manner, how can you truly earn the respect of other people? You can't even look for it. You don't have no right to even demand respect when you don't even carry yourself in a manner that deserves respect. And people may say, respect, you're supposed to respect people anyway. Like, we're supposed to respect our elders. Absolutely. That's a given, to respect those that are older than you, of age, wise, things of that sort. But if they're carrying themselves in a gossiping manner, or every time you turn around, they in some drama, or every time you turn around, they just doing the stuff that they ain't got no business doing, or just acting like they, you know, don't have no one to answer to, it's kind of like, man, it's hard for you to respect somebody that truly isn't showing that they're worthy of respect. That's a given. Let me see. Sister Darwinika says, can you talk about self-respect too, sister? Yeah, and I said yes to that. I do not think often one may lack respect because they don't respect themselves. Do you think that's the same as self-love? That all goes into self-love. Think about it. I know for me, if I'm going to have a relationship with someone, and it's not just a relationship of man and woman, it's a relationship of friend, coworker, anyone. Two things I definitely need to have: love and respect. But even if you hate me, you definitely got to respect me. Like, I don't care how much you hate me, don't disrespect me. And I think, when you try to live that life that really demands respect, because you know what type of person you are, and you know what you're dishing out every day, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I give respect to people before I take away that respect. Even if they haven't earned it yet in my eyes, I still try to respect everybody, whether it's their privacy, whether it's their beliefs, whether it's their thought process. I may not agree with it, and I may state that I don't agree with that. But one thing I don't, try to do is try to um, make someone feel bad because of what they believe or what they're doing that's different from me, because everyone is different. But a lot of times, like you said, if people don't respect themselves, they're definitely not going to respect you. That's a given. If they don't respect themselves, they're not going to respect you. Let's see. Based on recent experiences, I hope you don't mind me sharing this with everybody. Well, no, she doesn't. She wouldn't have written it. I've been disrespected greatly. I'm sorry to hear that. I almost let it slide, but then I had to think of my own self-respect. I know this should have never been an afterthought, but that's okay. But that's okay. Listen, everything in life is a learning lesson. We don't perfect life overnight. We don't master all the things that we're supposed to know every night overnight. It's not going to happen that way. And things do happen so that you can see what you've been lacking, or see what you've been letting slide, or see what you can do different, or see what you're already doing great, doing a good job at, that you need to keep up. So, yeah, absolutely. If you've been disrespected, if you've felt like you've done all you can do and people still don't see how they should respect you, then absolutely. Hi, my Instagrammer. Um, you basically need to, yeah, tighten up that respect. That's one thing about me. Anybody that knows me well knows that Bev don't play. Okay. I don't play about my respect. In fact, I've cut people off because they disrespect me. I don't play them games. Like, that's just not the type of woman that I am. I believe in respecting myself. First and foremost, respecting my God, respecting myself, and respecting other people. I've been taught to be that way. I have two wonderful parents that respect people. They've shown me how to respect people, how to let people be them, how not to do anything. If somebody says no to something, then you got to accept that no for what it is. And my parents have shown me, even when they've been treated terribly and I've had to witness it, to not disrespect other people, and it's because of how they treat themselves. My dad and them, I don't see them disrespecting themselves, cursing, smoking, drinking, doing all these things that just show that they don't have self respect. And I'm not judging those that do. So if you do that, I'm not judging you. But all these things can contribute, using foul language, dressing provocatively. My dad don't walk around with his pants sagging. Never seen my father dress like that. Always seen my father carry himself well and don't let anybody just talk to him any kind of way and treat him any kind of way and let them get away with it. My father was never like that. My mother, the type of woman that always carried herself very well respected, not walking around here with all this and all that and loud mouth of the South and doing this and doing that. She ain't never been like that. My mom has always had wonderful self-respect. So why should I be any different? And they've taught me just by observation. They never had to tell me respect yourself. If I got disrespectful with them, they let me know. Oh, that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. And they ain't said that calm either. But they let me know, don't disrespect me. They never had to say, don't disrespect me. That belt told me I disrespect them. That hit in the face told me I disrespected them. And so I had to really do something different, and also I just saw that, okay, that's not the way I should treat people. I should be treating people with kindness and love and respect. Somebody doesn't agree with what I'm doing. That's one thing about me. All of y'all on here, I think, are a part of First Church. And, it's a matter of respecting our beliefs. Around this time of year, it's really hard and people can get real disrespectful if they're not careful. We don't celebrate the holiday that's coming up, December the 25th. We don't celebrate that day. We don't celebrate that day. And so some people can look at that and get disrespectful with it. Okay, what you're not going to do is disrespect my beliefs. That's what you're not going to do. And I think when you carry yourself that way, when you let people know this is how I am, and sometimes you definitely can't wait. Like my sister would tell me, like, you just be, yeah, I put it out there up front. This is me. This is how I do things. This is what I don't stand for. This is what I do stand for. And when you put that out there, you don't even have to speak no more. If you carry yourself in a way where people automatically know you're going to uphold that and you're not going to back down no matter who they are, then people have no other choice but to rise to the occasion. They either going to respect you or they're going to reject you and they're going to leave your life. And so you always have to keep that in perspective, that it doesn't matter how people feel. It doesn't matter how people feel about the boundaries you have set. That's all a part of you respecting yourself. You put up boundaries. You let them know this is not what we're not going beyond this line. I'm not having it beyond this line. And I think whenever you really set that in stone for people, not everybody knows how to handle it, but that's how you weed out who's truly there for you and who's truly meant to be in your life. When you say, this is what offends me, this is what you shouldn't do, this is what I love, this is what I hate, this is what, you know, I believe. And when they see those things and they be like, okay, all right, I ain't gonna cross that line because I see this is they gonna, some people may test it because they want to see if you really truly mean what you say. And when you back it up that this is what I meant, then and only then can they say, I respect that person. I respect them because they didn't change for me. They didn't they showed me that they really mean that respect. Good morning, beautiful people. I see more people coming in. Being disrespected is hurtful, and it takes a mature person to continue to hold your composure and still respond in a respectful manner so that you're not acting out of character. Absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. I was at the DMV the other day, and I was definitely yelled at in front of like the whole DMV. I was yelled at in front of the whole DMV. And the gentleman was older. He was old enough to be my granddad. I know he was. Hair full of gray, everything. And instead of me getting all loud and, like, hold up now. Nope. I walked up to the counter. I said, you don't have to yell at me. I said it in a way where if anybody was standing around, it was like, she did that good because I wouldn't have stood for that. Well, this ain't you. And I'm required to act in it. But I was heated. Oh, I was so heated. I was so heated. I was so mad. And I said, okay. I asked the man for his name. I said, sir, what's your name? But the way he responded to me, y'all, he told me his name and he said it like, you won't be the first person that report me and you won't be the last. And I'm still working. So I said, you know what? I'm not even going to waste my time reporting this man. I said, but you know what? I said, it showed me what type of person that I am because I could have allowed my anger to get the best of me and yell back at him. But I said, no, absolutely not. I was raised better than that. I know better than that. So even though he just disrespected me in front of all these people, I just got to choose humility in the midst of my humiliation. And to me, that says a lot about someone that you can really hold your composure. There was a time where I wouldn't have held my composure. I would have been like, oh no, I know you're not talking to me. And it would have been over. Like everybody would have been like, oh gosh. But that is a hard thing to do, to keep yourself in a place where you actually can not react out of your emotions and just go off on a person. You have to really think about it. Okay. Clearly this person is testing me because they want to see if I really truly do mean what I say when I say don't do that again or don't do that period. And sometimes you would think people would know to respect you a lot better than they do, but they don't. Some people just don't understand. And like Sister Niqua had asked me about, people often, one may lack respect because they don't respect themselves. Absolutely, they don't respect themselves. So they'll do anything to you because they don't respect themselves. They'll say anything to you because they don't respect themselves. They'll disrespect you because within their mind, within their hearts, they're disrespecting themselves. And you may say, well, how does one disrespect themselves? How does someone disrespect themselves? Let me ask you all that. How does someone disrespect themselves? What does that mean to disrespect yourself? What does that mean? What do you think that means to disrespect yourself? Anybody, somebody on this beautiful Saturday morning. What does it mean to disrespect yourself? Give y'all a few seconds to respond because I know this thing can be a little delayed. Like y'all will be typing and you'll hit submit, but it'll take a few seconds for it to upload to me. So, what do you think it means to disrespect yourself? We're going to start there. Let's see something. I'm in here looking at my settings. Okay, so no one has anything to say just yet. But to me, disrespecting yourself is maybe not keeping your word to yourself. And basically, if you say this is my standard, and then you let that standard down for someone, then yes, that's you disrespecting yourself. They didn't disrespect you. You disrespect yourself. Hi, Sister Brienne. I personally believe it means to not hold yourself to it. See, I was just saying that. Okay, hold on, wait. Hold on one second, because these comments started coming in crazy. It could be my internet too. OMG, accepting what you know you shouldn't, treating yourself wrong through habits. Right. Accepting what you know you shouldn't, treating yourself wrong through habits. Sister Nequa. That's what I'm talking about. I personally believe it means to not hold yourself to a certain standard mentally. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you know you're doing something wrong to yourself and you're allowing yourself to continue to do that, that's disrespecting yourself. I know I shouldn't be thinking this way, but yet I'm thinking this way. I'm disrespecting me. Or here it is, somebody's giving me a certain type of treatment, and I know I normally wouldn't take that treatment off of anybody else, but yet I'm allowing this to happen. I'm disrespecting myself. I'm not maintaining that standard for myself. So, how in the world can I expect this human to respect me when I'm showing them they can disrespect me because I'm disrespecting myself? Let me see. Letting an individual get the best of you, not standing up for yourself. Keep getting hurt like you fooled me once, okay, but fool me twice, shame on me. Absolutely, that's a quote. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's like, okay, you got me the first time, but the second time, now something wrong with me because I didn't seen this before. So what's wrong with me? Why am I allowing this to happen? Why am I continuously allowing this person to come in and do the exact same thing they did before? So basically, you really have to do what's best for you. You got to walk away from some people, even if it hurts. You got to choose your self respect and your dignity over the company of people, over the love that they say they have for you, over the love you say you have for them. You have to choose you. Not choosing yourself is disrespecting yourself. Like I've met women that you know, complain about certain things and they say certain things, whether it's a friend or whether it's a relationship in an intimate relationship or whatever, and you complain about the same thing over and over and over and over, that this situation keeps happening. And you got to say to yourself, so I have to change it. This is my chance to change it. If I really want to respect myself and teach this person to respect me, I got to change it. I got to do something different. And it starts in your mind. The only way you're going to change and you're going to keep that same respect for yourself, you got to start in your mind. Then it trickles down to your heart. Then your body will follow. And that's the only way you can truly, really, truly respect yourself. I know people would tell you in a heartbeat about me. I'm just not the type of person that play games. I believe in, setting folks straight. I just have to. I don't believe in holding back. And I think this year was a different year for me. I think I became a little soft. And so I find myself in these last few weeks like, oh, nah, Bev got to get back to barking because this whole, little ain't working. Bev got to get back to barking. I don't care who you are. As long as, we cool and we doing things right, we can talk about it. But it's not. It's not easy to, fix yourself in a place where you find yourself there and you wonder, how in the world did I get here? And it's because you allow somebody to treat you in a certain way that they didn't have to treat you if only you had stood up for yourself and respected yourself enough to be like, okay, all right, somebody doing you wrong. It's okay. Sometimes you may let it slide depending upon what it is. Maybe somebody said something to you in a way where you didn't like what they said. And so instead of you just going off the deep end and say, oh no, you just disrespect, blah, blah, blah. You think about it, you're like, I'm gonna keep my eye on that. Because if that happens again, I'm gonna have to set that straight. Sometimes you have to do it that way because people don't always know what they're doing to you. They don't always know that the way they're talking to you or the way they're treating you is not the best way for you. And sometimes you have to open up your mouth and verbalize it immediately because that person could seem very arrogant, or if it's coming from someone that you've never had an issue with at all, and you kind of shocked, you're like, oh wow, that person's different. Maybe they're having a bad day. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt this time. That's me. And then all of a sudden, this person that has been known to just be whatever, they disrespect you. They say something to you. You're like, oh, okay, well, I don't really know them like that. But let's say you did have a relationship with them as far as friends or coworker or whatever, and you see the way they carry themselves, and they just feel like every time you turn around, they're disrespecting somebody. You're gonna have to check that person up front, and you got to let them know, okay, what you did to them, you ain't gonna do that to me. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. I ain't having that. So you're standing up for yourself in that moment, because with this person, you've seen them disrespect multiple people. And some people think, oh, I'm just keeping it real. No, you're not keeping it real. You're just being a fool. That's what it is. Like, that's how I see it. You're not keeping it real because you want to talk to anybody any kind of way. You feel like you don't owe anybody an explanation. You feel like you can just, and I don't mean that you got to explain your whole life to them, but if somebody asks like, hey, why you doing that? Why you treat me like that? I don't owe you no explanation. I do whatever I want to do. Okay, this person needs to be checked, and checked good. Because what you're not going to do is think that you can get away with something with me because you've gotten away with it with everybody else. See, if you're observant, you'll be like, okay, look, no, I saw what you did to them other people. You ain't going to do that to me. You got to cut it off at the head. But if it's somebody that's always been kind to you, always been nice to you, and then all of a sudden they say something to you in a way where you're like, oh, okay, what's up with that? So you have to really think about it and be like, you know what? I think they might have been having a bad day. Let me just give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, if it becomes repetitive, then you have to be like, okay, look here now. Like, all right, the last time I let it slide, but this time we ain't gonna have that. What's up? What's up? What's going on? You all right? Then you have to be more concerned, because maybe that person is going through something and you just don't know what it is. But let's see. Is there a connection between respect and forgiveness? Let me see. Let me see. Respect and forgiveness. Forgiveness is forgiving someone for the hurt that they have done. You can lose respect for somebody. You absolutely can. You can lose respect for somebody because, they disrespected you, but you still have to forgive them, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like, because respect is something that you earn. So they've broken that respect. They've hurt you. You got to forgive them. You forgive them for that hurt and disrespect, but you still don't have no respect for them in a way where you're not going out of your way to disrespect them, but you just not even like, you just like, okay, yeah, you don't even have the time to even, how can I say it? Because I've lost respect for people in my day, but I don't disrespect them. It's crazy. It's crazy how you can lose respect for somebody, but you don't disrespect them. You don't try to go out of your way to like disrespect them. You just know that in your mind and heart, you just not with it with them. It's just not with it. I don't have nothing against you. I done forgave you, but we just ain't, you ain't my cup of tea. We're not gonna hang around each other. I'm gonna speak to you when I see you. Be cordial. If you need anything, wonderful. But basically, you forgiven them. So, I mean, to me, I feel like, I don't know if there's a connection between respect and forgiveness. I just know that you have to respect all the people that you know how to respect. Sometimes it's hard to respect people. I know you got to love everybody. I'm going to put it that way. I don't have all the answers, so this might sound crazy, but I do know that you definitely got to forgive people. That's one thing that you have to do, even when it's hard. You have to really forgive other people because you want to be forgiven. You want people, when you do people wrong, when you mess up, when you make mistakes in life, you want people to forgive you. So I know that's something that you have to do. You have to forgive others so that you can be forgiven as well. And at the same time, it's like respect. It's let me see. That absolutely makes sense. Thank you. Been dealing with a certain situation. Let me see. Been dealing with a certain situation, and I thought me no longer respecting this person as someone I can be safe with meant I didn't forgive them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, you just gotta love people from a distance, or you have to keep that distance from that person that doesn't make you feel safe anymore. It doesn't mean that you hate them. It doesn't mean that you wish nothing bad. You want a Mack truck to come smack them out of their senses. It don't mean none of that. It just simply means you're like, okay, my time with you has passed. I've forgiven you, but my time with you, your season is up in my life, and you can be free from them. Girl, talk about that takes boldness, but I guarantee you'll feel so much better letting that person know how they disrespected you. Takes practice and communication skills. Body language speaks volumes. Absolutely, it does take practice to tell people that they've disrespected you and that you don't feel respected by them, and you feel hurt by the things that they have done to you. It takes a lot, and sometimes it's not easy to tell somebody that because you don't know how they're going to receive it, because some people will make it seem like you're the problem. And that's manipulation, that they won't see the wrong in what they're doing. They'll see the wrong in the fact that you're telling them that they've done wrong. That's all it is. So they'll try to manipulate you to make you feel bad for even speaking up to say, hey, you did something that I don't appreciate. You disrespected me in a way I don't appreciate. Greetings from South Africa. Well, I'm from North Carolina, but you're from South Africa. Greetings. Um, but yeah, it definitely does take boldness. It's not easy. Me, I've always been a vocal person. My family will tell you I've never been the type of person to hold back. Quick to tell you, oh, well, we ain't having that. Always been like that. I think that when I got older, though, I kind of shied away from that because I felt like that's what, just made me like cringe at some point. Like, man, like, girl, you got to calm down a little bit. But Bev then got soft, and I'm like, we ain't trying to live that type of life. You got to demand that respect again, no matter who's offended, no matter who you got to separate from, and you got to back yourself away, And so I just realized, you have to talk, you have to get used to talking, and that's one thing that I was thinking about our young people, the young kids that are in school, how to gain respect, how to earn that respect, how to keep that respect within them. Like, how are they supposed to show people how to respect them and respect other people and respect their elders if no one is taking the time to show them what it means to respect themselves? Because honestly, you have to ask yourself, well, what makes you not respect yourself? Some people aren't taught. Some people have never seen examples of it. Some people come from a background where people just did whatever, whenever, however, no matter how late, no matter how early. They didn't have structured homes. Some people just grew up not really knowing what self-respect meant. Not because it was always verbalized, that I know, but because it was shown to me what self-respect meant. But not everybody has that. Not everybody has that teaching. Not everybody has that observation in their life. Or maybe they did respect themselves at one point, but then something happened. And all of a sudden they don't feel so good about themselves anymore. All of a sudden they don't feel like they even deserve to be respected anymore because of something that they let happen in their lives and something that hurt them and something that they did that they're ashamed of. So now they just feel like, man, I'm just going to allow anything and everything because I don't deserve anything. Well, guess what? If we really look over our lives, nobody really deserves anything. But guess what? You still deserve the best. Even though we don't deserve anything, we still deserve the best. So why not still shape up? Yeah, people hurt you all the time. You lose respect for people. People do, but that's the life cycle. That's the life cycle. And you just got to keep going. I don't know who Priscilla Short is, but hi. Let's see. This is a Darnica says, thank you. Definitely praying. Definitely pray all the best for them, but we just can't rock no more. Exactly. We just can't rock no more. That's it. It's a done deal. It doesn't matter how they feel about it. You're doing what's best for you. And that's what respect is all about. Doing what's best for you, regardless of who don't like it. You got to do what's best for you. And if that person really truly does respect you as a human being, guess what? They'll fall right in line with what you do for yourself because they want the best for you. And I just know that has kept me over the years from being treated badly a lot because I respect myself. And I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody else, but I can truly say, I've never allowed people to go too far with me, with disrespecting me. Oh no. I get them early. Because if you don't get them early, guess what? Sometimes after a while, it'll be too late to clean it up. Because they've already disrespected you for so long, they don't know how to backtrack and start over. So you got to teach people early how to respect you. You got to teach them early. And don't be afraid to communicate that. Hey, you disrespected me. Hey, you have to verbalize these things. You can't hold it in. You can't allow fear of rejection to keep you from telling people where the line is drawn in your life. Because the truth is, if they leave because you told them this is what you're doing that disrespects me, and this is something that I'm not going to take from you, if they leave because of that, guess what? They were never meant to be in your life from the first part. They were never meant to be there, and they don't even deserve a space in your life. Let's see. Sister Nakisha says, greetings, by the way. Thanks for joining. Definitely takes communication skills, and it can be a little harder when that person is older than you or has some kind of authority over you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to work on your delivery. You have to work on your delivery. And honestly, this might sound cheesy to some people, but say it out loud to yourself. Say what you want to say to them. And then you think about every case scenario of how it could turn out. And then you take the best case scenario and you put that at the top. And you say, I'm going to hope for the best. But if this happens, this is what I think I should do. And that may be to remove yourself from that conversation. That may be to just stop and let them get out everything they're going to get out. And as soon as they have a pause in their situation, you say, okay, can I continue saying what it is that I was saying before? It may take a little bit. And one thing, you may not be able to pour everything out at once, but do bits and pieces. Hey, talk about this one part that was done and see how they handle that. And if they don't handle that part well, maybe they're not emotionally ready to hear what else you have to say. So that's when you definitely have to say, okay, Lord, all right. You got to go to God in prayer anyway before you approach anybody about something that's disrespectful to you, because you always want it to go well. So I try to pray about going to God anyway. I pray about going to that person anyway before I do anything, because I'm like, Lord, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I need you to give me wisdom, because I don't know how this person is going to react to me. I don't know if this is going to cause an argument. I don't know if this is going to cause a separation as far as this relationship goes. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I need you to give me peace no matter whether they stay, or no matter whether they go, no matter whether they love me afterward, no matter whether they hate me after this conversation. And I think once and I know from a truth that once you get yourself to that point where you're at peace with any outcome, whether it ends it or blossoms it, you find yourself in a better headspace to be able to talk to that person. So you go to that person about something. I'm not saying if you got a whole list of things they done, in the past 5 months or whatever, you just let that scroll out and say, okay, this is what you did. This is what you did on December the 1st. This is what you did at 10 o'clock p.m. I said this, you said that. That may be overwhelming. So you may have to say, hey, I want to talk to you about something, and I don't know how you're going to take this, but I just want to know if you can just let me speak for a little bit, hear me out. And, once I'm done, then we can discuss what it is that I have to say. But I just want to know if I have the chance to be able to say everything I need to say first, because I don't want to leave anything out, so that I can be able to have this conversation with you. And I think once you do that, if they're already like, oh no, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna interrupt you whenever I want to interrupt you, then you have to be like, okay. So sometimes you have to be like, okay, well, let me just say this part. So you have to start off a little bit, get a little bit out there. Then you may be able to add in as more go on. And then it may turn into a discussion, but I would recommend, I just have to talk to God first. I have to, because his wisdom is better than mine. And it's hard enough to tell someone sometimes what they've done to disrespect you. It's even harder when you go in without no advice, without no guidance, without a mindset of how this is going to go. So you want to go to the best mind. That's my thing. I have to go to the best mind, and that's God. So after I go to God about it, I begin to think about it. I begin to say, okay, so I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. Okay, all right. Then if they say this, I could possibly say that. Or if they take it this way, then maybe I could say that. And you just try to work yourself through the scenarios, because you want to be prepared. But there are some times when you can't 100% prepare for nothing. You can't 100% prepare for anything, honestly, in the future, because you don't know what's going to transpire. But you do want to get yourself to the point where you can actually feel yourself talking this situation out with this individual. This is what you want. This is what you desire. You want them to know what you did has done this to me. And I want you to know that this is not okay with me. Let's see. Let's see what Sister Nikisha also says. She says, oh yeah, saying it out loud or writing it on a piece of paper really helped me. Absolutely. Writing it down. This is what I want to say. This is what I think I need to say, and think about it. Like, we as adults, this world is just so much more different nowadays. And I feel like our generations have changed a lot more. And I feel like this generation now, like my generation, the generation after me, we're communicators. A lot of us talk about things a lot more, whereas the generations ahead of us may not have talked about a lot of things, may not have talked about those things that bother them, or they keep everything inside and they're not worried about anybody. They just, however you take it is however you take it. And, different things happen, but it's like we're communicators and we have to approach some people that are stuck in their ways. We have to approach some people that don't want to hear nobody else out. They feel like they've done the best they can do and they don't care about how it affected you. Ooh, that rhyme. I wasn't trying to rhyme, but it made sense. So there are some people that don't see their wrong. All they do is see your wrong. They see something wrong with you approaching them about their wrong. And all they can say is, well, I did the best I could. And it's kind of like, man, like, okay, I understand that, but I just want to let you know that the best that you gave me, XYZ, or you thought you were respecting me, but you weren't. You were disrespecting me. And I was disrespecting myself by letting you disrespect me. And I'm here today to clean it all up. So I really think this is a subject that could go on and on, because what are some ways that, I mean, for the younger generation, those that, and I mean, when I mean by younger generation, I mean all of us, but I'm really thinking about the kids, like, I mean, the real kids that are like middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, the teens, how they just, that respect level is just not there how it was when I was growing up. You would not just talk to any elderly person like you ain't got good sense. You get smacked for that. You get beat for that. And I don't mean like abuse. I mean beat. Your behind get beat and you can't even sit on it for a little bit because it's hot, it's burning, because they didn't tow your behind up with that belt or them switches that was braided or that spatula while mama was cooking pancakes. Like anything, that drop cord, whatever it was, the little thing that opens the blinds. She could have took that off and wow, just, I mean, whatever it was. So it's like the respect, they need self-respect in order to respect other people. And I think sometimes that is a result of just the one that's raising them is not teaching them respect, because maybe they don't see them being respected either, and being ran over and not respecting themselves. Yes, those quick elderly reflexes are on point. Yes, they are. Because mama didn't play. She still don't play today, but I think she didn't, got a little older. So she just like, you know what? Y'all should know better. So if I got to correct you, something wrong with you. um, but seriously, it's a scary thing to see. You want to talk up for yourself. You want to let people know this is what it is, and this is me. This is me. And this is what I need in order to feel respected. Because you can tell when someone doesn't respect you. You can tell. Just like you can tell when you're not respecting yourself, you can tell when someone else is not respecting you. It's automatic in your heart and in your mind, like, man, they don't respect me. They don't. They don't respect me at all. And I'm letting them disrespect me. And I don't respect myself because I clearly have not set this straight yet. And that's the thing. It's heartbreaking when you see and you go back and you see how you've allowed people to, do things to you, say things to you, treat you any type of way. And then you have to ask yourself, like, why did I do that? But don't beat yourself up. It's a learning lesson. But you can start over any day you choose, to start standing up for yourself, to make sure you respect yourself, to make sure you put your foot down. Because I made up in my mind, I was like, oh nah, Bev is back. Okay. The pit bull Bev is back, because I'm like, no, I have to get back to respecting myself. And I'm not going to allow anyone to do that, because how can I teach my kids how to respect themselves? Not that I have any, but how can I teach them, if I was to have any, to respect themselves if I don't even respect myself? How can I teach them? How can I show them that? How can I show my nieces and nephews how to respect themselves if I don't even respect me? It's just, it to me, it's a trickling effect. Things happen in our lives and we just allow people to do whatever they see fit to do sometimes because we no longer care. It is what it is. No, take that back from them. Get your respect back. Get your respect back. Get your love and appreciation back for yourself. And start building those walls back up. Make up in your mind that you're gonna set those boundaries again. You're gonna love yourself again. You're gonna respect yourself again. It starts with you. People can't respect you if you don't respect you. The last week I said, um, I forgot the quote that I said. And if no one else is caring about you, don't let it be you, or something like that. So if no one else is respecting you, don't let it be you. If you're not respecting yourself, you got to make sure you're respecting you. And guess what? When you respect yourself, you automatically get respect from other people, because they're gonna see they can't do certain things. They're gonna see they can't talk to you a certain type of way. They're gonna see that they can't maneuver anything. They can't get anything over on you because you respect yourself, and you're not gonna allow them to bulldoze you over with some foolishness. Doesn't matter how many people walk around and say they're keeping it real. Doesn't matter how many people walk around and say, facts or big facts or 100 or whatever they saying nowadays. I don't know. Maybe I'm, a little late. But at the end of the day, it's like self-respect is what matters, even on social media. Posting things that show self-respect. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all good for a laugh and stuff like that, but there's certain things I don't post because I know it wouldn't be me respecting myself. There's certain things that I don't like or love on Facebook or on Instagram because I know it's not respectful to me. So if I'm gonna do that, if I'm gonna scroll past a post, so basically if I'm gonna scroll past a post, hold on one second, I see Brother Trenton's comment. And it's like you like, man, like if I'm gonna scroll past a post because I feel like that post, I have done that. I have reported posts because I was like, this is disrespecting me. I have. I'm like, I don't want to see that on my timeline. Get this off. Certain things I just scroll past because it doesn't even show that that person respect themselves. So I'm just like, nope, not doing that. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes what needs to be said to an individual that disrespected you doesn't come until after the conversation. So I'm like, you act like you don't wait, hold on, wait. So in the act, you don't know what to say. And sometimes a few hours later is what I'm assuming he's saying. And then you say to yourself, why didn't I say that? Right. And sometimes that can be the worst feeling ever. Like, what you should have said to that person after you finish that conversation. You know what? I should have said that. I should have said this. I should have said this. But it wasn't meant to be said because it could have escalated the issue even more. It could have made the situation even worse. You never know what could have happened. Maybe it wasn't meant to be said. Maybe it was something you just got to reflect on. And the next time, God forbid, but it will happen. People just going to do it. But you have to stand up for yourself and let them know, okay, I've seen this. I'm telling you, it's like I've met people over and over again. Even though they're different people, I've met their character, their behavior. And it's like I've had to go through the same situations with this different person, but at the same time, I remembered it from the last time because evidently I didn't master it. So you're always given a second chance to like do better and to straighten things out and to smooth things over with someone that you wouldn't have done the first time it happened to you. And I thank God for that. I think it was a situation it happened 3 times. The first time it just threw me for a loop. The second time I saw it coming. The third time it threw me for a loop again, but I was able to handle it the best. The third time I handled it so well. I handled it so well the third time. And to this day, me and that individual, we cool because I handled it better the third time than I did the first and the second time. And I just thank God for that because the first time it happened, I was like, man, I should have said this. I should have did this. I should have did that. But it wasn't meant to come out that time. The second time I was like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. But I got a little bit better than what I did the first time. But that third time, ooh, I got that thing good. I really did. And I was able to really speak my mind about a certain thing and to tell that person straight up how I felt. And I was like, man, you did good, Bev. Normally you'd be walking away like I should have said this, I should have said that, but won't no need. Case closed. So that's always like the most terrible thing when you realize you could have said something else, but you didn't. So, hi, my people. I know we're getting closer to ending. Any questions, anybody? Any other comments anybody has? I know I've been real chill today. Um, but respect is something that I feel like we need to really self-respect first and foremost needs to really be at the top of our list of things to do for ourselves. That's right up there with self-love and self-care, taking care of you and making sure that at the end of the day you respect you because you're going to automatically get respect when you respect yourself. That is a definite yes to that, you know? So y'all just be encouraged. I didn't really have much planned for this show today, but I can truly say, God willing, next week, I think you all are going to love the show. Again, if you all want to be on my show, anybody want to share their story, anybody have anything they want to talk about that's inspirational or motivational, a quote maybe you want to share, a short story you want to share, testimony you want to share, anything like that, just reach out to me and let me know. And I will definitely, God will make a way for you to come on and we can share it and we can ask questions and we can have a good conversation. I'm here for it. I really, really am. And I appreciate all your love and your support, your time, your attention, your responses, your comments. I hope that I've said something to help you all today, and even if it's just one thing that I said, I really hope that it really just helps because it's not easy, sometimes getting back to those things after after you felt like somebody has ruined you. It's not easy to find that self-respect again. It's not easy to find yourself, putting up those boundaries and building up those walls again to guard your heart. Not that you want to be hard-hearted and that you want to be rebellious and rude towards anybody, but you definitely want to make sure you're protecting yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to be shut off from people. You just have to make sure you keep your heart on a leash and don't put your emotions out there for anybody too soon. You take your time, and you build up that respect for yourself again. And you let yourself know if anybody else don't know, you let you know, hey, I love you and I respect you. Even if you got to tell yourself that every single day, whatever you got to do to get yourself back on track. If you've fallen off, if people have been disrespecting you a lot more recently than they have been in a long time, then you got to ask yourself, well, what am I doing wrong? And how do I fix it? And once you figure out what you're doing wrong, then you take every chance and every opportunity you get to basically fix that wrong. And you be patient with yourself and know that you're not perfect and know that you're capable of messing up. You're capable of failing. But guess what? Everybody does. You're not the only one failing. You're not the only one that has an issue with this situation. You're not the only one that's dealing with it. So don't ever feel like you're less than a person, less than a man, less than a woman because you have issues with sometimes people disrespecting you. Okay? Take your time, analyze yourself, figure out what you can do to be better, and make the necessary changes. You're in charge of your life changing. You ain't gonna do it by yourself. Maybe go to someone that you know has self-respect. Maybe go to someone that you know don't take no mess from nobody. I'm not saying that for myself because I don't see myself as a measuring stick. Because there are times when I still have to check myself and my self-respect, but someone that you can trust, that you can be like, you know what, how do I handle this situation? Because this person is doing this and doing that. And I don't really know what to do about it. You're going to have to figure out a way to get yourself to a point where you see growth in this area. Never ever be afraid to fail. It's a part of success. If you never fail, how would you know how it feels to succeed? You wouldn't even know how to celebrate that success. So if you fail at people respecting you and stuff like that sometimes, that's normal. That's normal. Guess what? That's your life. But it does not make you a bad person. It just makes you human. And you need to show yourself some self-love and self-care in those moments. And pick yourself back up. Do something nice for yourself. And just remind yourself that you're working on you. And that's all that matters. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I hope everyone has the opportunity to get out and to enjoy something today. I'm gonna try to go treat my niece and nephews to the new Spider-Man movie. I didn't even know that Spider-Man had already hit the theater, so I kind of feel late. But they mentioned it, and I was like, "Yo, let's go to the movies. Like, let's do that." It's been a long time since I've treated them. They've been in school. They've been working hard, have good grades. My little 8-year-old nephew has a basketball game today. He wore his Jordan. So I'm like, oh, I know he about to be out there like Mike. But I hope that everybody can find some sunshine in the day. The sun is not shining today. It's actually supposed to rain. But I hope you can find some sunshine in your day at some point today. And that you don't allow the disrespect of others to make you feel bad about yourself. Understand that people disrespecting you, sometimes it's not even about you. Sometimes it's clearly about them. They're going through a lot. And like Sister Niqua brought up, they don't respect themselves. So that's why they disrespect other people. So it's them. That don't mean you have to take it, But sometimes you may have to have a conversation, and it's not even setting them straight. Sometimes it's, hey, are you all right? Like, what's going on in your life? You've been doing this and saying this and doing all these other things. Like, what's happening with you? Why are you being so disrespectful? Like, what's going on? This is normally not like you. How can I help you? That's if you want to. Because sometimes you're just not able to take on anybody else's burdens because you got to handle your own. So just remember just to, respect yourself and whatever that means to you, and respect other people and love yourself and love other people. Life is already hard enough. We don't need nothing else to add on to that. So I love y'all. Thank you for my 8 people that's on here with me. Hi, Keontae. I'm sorry we're getting ready to close. Maybe you can watch the playback, but I am going to sing my closing song. Let's see. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you. Oh, may God be with you till we meet again. Have a great Saturday, everybody. Sister Nakia says, I like that. Are you okay? That's smooth. Absolutely. Somebody else has actually done that for me. Like, they've checked me on that. Are you okay? Let me know. Like, I must have done something wrong. Y'all forgive my dirty room. But anyway, it ain't really dirty. But anyway. But absolutely. So you all stay tuned, and sweaters and things to come soon. So y'all stay tuned. I love y'all. Bye.